Good day, folks. Today I'm back. What's the main news item that I'm looking at? It's breaking news on the New York Times. What does it say? Fox News abruptly agreed to settle a defamation suit by Dominion, averting an anticipated trial over election misinformation. It was the latest extraordinary twist in a case that had promised to be one of the most consequential against a media organization in a generation. Guess what they decided to pay? $768 million. $768 million. Now, what does that tell us? I can tell you this. If any of our, or each one of our media channels that have a digital platform in the United States, like Times Now, like Republic TV, like India TV, India Today, were to be sued in the United States for some of the information they put out there, including ZTV, because I believe that also has a footprint in the US, they will get hammered. They're really, and maybe after this judgment, this is a lesson, this is a course of action that maybe the overseas Indian Congress or some other party should take in the United States. Or, on the other hand, if the party in power thinks that, as Jay Panda, but let me tell you, he is a great gymnast. He's done a massive somersault, as you all know. Right? So I don't really understand or believe in what he stands for. So I don't really care. Right? Entitled to the hilt. Live in fancy homes, travel business class. And he has the guts to write in the Hindustan Times, anti-India prejudice must be called out. Absolutely. The Western media's abandonment of objectivity in the pursuit of a present narrative and the cognitive dissonance is ignoring India's progress is going. Progress, Mr. Panda, where? Do you see it in our law and order too? In UP, you've forgotten, or you're blind to it, right? I can't understand this kind of blindness, right? Well, so be it, man. I know how strong a spine he is. Where he should be focused on, picked for Chief Justice in Feb, not appointed till retirement. This is a lady High Court Justice from Himachal, and this is how hard our government works to keep people out of the chain of judiciary, so that they don't come to power, right? Then you have rape accused set fire to girl's house, 2 babies are Mr. Jay Panda. This is our news, folks, our news. What about this? Beauty. Yogi, no mafia can spread terror in UP anymore. Do you need another mafia? I thought the government and the administration was doing the same thing. I think people of UP and everywhere else are shit scared, right? Anyway, right? PM, some people feel uneasy when I talk about growth in last time. I really do feel uneasy because I just see it as a huge bag of lies. I don't see any growth. I mean, we are the fastest growing economy because we fell the furthest. We're still barely eking out a living. Incomes of the middle income and everything lower has just smashed itself below. I mean, including dropping 40% at the poorer sector. We call that growth. Well, maybe his definition is different. And when you see him on this chariot in Assam, I mean, one thing I could give the Assam CM full credit for his chapusi, but hey, and this is what I like, Jay Shankar. Under Captain Modi, net practice begins at 6 a.m., says Jay Shankar. I wish it started at 9 a.m., 10 a.m. At least we'd be spared of all the follies that are happening, because that's all these guys are doing is politics. They're not looking after their country. It's all about numbers, winning election. Country ain't going anywhere, right? And then you have this, Pawar's and the frequent turn in Maharashtra politics. Ajit denies reports of joining BJP government. Well, I am going to say that, well, ED's out there, right? Amit Shah was in Maharashtra, so you know something is cooking in Maharashtra, because the three big states, if they continue to be in this coalition as far as the Congress is concerned, which is the Maha Vikas Aghadi, the DMK, the JMM, and Bihar, they're in trouble, right? And then you have Neerja Kaushal, who writes, to be or not to be with BJP, how will Pawar navigate this? She knows that very well, how he will navigate it. But I'm so she doesn't. Even she is definitely, nobody's smart enough to figure out Pawar, right? Nobody is, which way he goes. But you know, here's when the pressure is being put on to states where they know the kitty is theirs, but they still want to make sure that he understands it. CBI arrests uncle of Andhra CM in ex-MP murder case. Flimsy evidence, CBI targeting us, says son. Right? Now this is interesting, right? Andhra Pradesh, no, nothing in the news, because Jagan Reddy has decided he'll sit in a hole, and and this is what happens. When you sit in a hole like a pigeon, and you put your head inside your feathers when the cat's coming down, eventually it's going to come and eat you. So if Jagan thinks he's safe, he's got another thing coming. And to top it all, he's a Christian, right? So that's a big worry for them, right? Then you have this. After 65-hour questioning, TMC MLA held third so far. Mamta alleges sharp plot to topple her government. SC stays HC order asking CBI ED to probe Abhishek. And despite that, the CBI went ahead and called Abhishek. But Mamta is in trouble, and she better pick sides, and pick sides very quickly. This is what's going to set the whole thing going. And this is the boomerang that's been thrown back by Rahul Gandhi and Modi, because Modi and the BJP went to town and cases in Bihar and in Gujarat, which has been sent to prison because they're saying that he defamed Modi, who is the OBC. Now he says, Congress writes to PM, raises pitch for caste census. Congress raises caste census pitch. Kharge writes to PM. And you have this, in Kolar, Rahul firms up caste lines, links it to income disparity. But it's quite right. There is not only income disparity, there's also representation disparity as far as the administration is concerned. And I think the only way that we may get growth that is universal is if something is done for the OBCs, the lower caste, lower caste scheduled. Because you see what's happening in the judiciary. There's no representation of the scheduled caste, scheduled tribe. When you look at, as the figures have been given for upper administration, foreign secretary, joint secretary level, there's only 6 to 7% of OBCs. Somebody's going to answer for that. Now, this has, folks, set the cat amongst the pigeons. The best one was the news I read out to start with. And that was Fox News abruptly agreed to settle a defamation suit by Dominion, averting an anticipated trial over election misinformation. When will our guys be forced to face the music? That is all our media, folks. 3 cheers and Jai.